Right, John, so third overall, very, very good. John, you started the race and ended up in the lead. What happened at that start?
Yeah, I mean, we were starting from P4 in the second row. All those guys were crowding to the inside, so I went around to the outside and then got pushed out. Went to the escape road, as you're supposed to do, and came out in the lead. So I don't know what those guys were doing, and basically just drove away from everybody. And then we had the safety car. Ultimately, the series decided to give me a drive-through penalty, which put us all the way at the back of the pack. And I think it was really overly harsh. We asked them, if we should give a position back or two. But the reality was the 25 car was really fast, and the Aurus was doing its job and keeping us out front. So, ultimately, we were able to get back to where we needed to be.
As the bronze driver, obviously this year you're concentrating on the Pro-Am thing, but to finish on the overall podium behind the 26 car as well, you must be, as the bronze driver, very happy with that performance.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're ecstatic. So, my teammates, Rui and Roberta, did a fantastic job. And so, yeah, the whole team just came together.
Rui, you took the car over. I think you had the hardest with all the rain, the safety car, everything else was going on in that period. What was going through your mind as you were following the safety car around?
Well, actually, I came out in the second stint, and Roberto was the one that had to deal with the rain and the safety car. My stint was a bit more relaxed. I mean, I just had to keep the car on track. We had an issue with the radio, which made it a bit more difficult. I couldn't receive any information from the team, so I kind of had to judge when to box myself. Luckily, that worked out because the strategy was fine. And then for the second pit stop, the rain started to come, and we were lucky enough that it was time to pit, and we were able to put Roberto in the car, and then he did an incredible job from then. And yeah, it's the reason why we were in the podium.
And the third place overall, again, as I asked John, you must be particularly happy with that performance today and almost ruin what could have happened if that penalty hadn't been as harsh.
Yeah, obviously we're really excited. I mean, we're not thinking right now about the penalty. I know the safety car anyway canceled the effects of the drive-through because it bunched the group up again. And like I said, Roberto did an incredible job. So I think P3 is the best he could have done today, and I'm happy with that.
Roberto, you were called in last minute, and wow, third overall, first in Pro-Am. Again, a fantastic result for you and for the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fantastic result. John has done an incredible job at the start. We got, as he say, a bit harsh penalty because, I mean, in the worst scenario, he will have been P3, not P12, where we end up after the drive-through. Then, when he was in the lead, he was doing a good job, keeping the car on the lead. The United cars were not able to overtake him. Then that's everything what he had to do as a bronze driver. I think it was outstanding, his job. But yeah, after the penalty, obviously, sent us into more traffic, and then we start to lose time all the time through the race. Then Rui went on the car with the same tires as John. Then we didn't change tires for Rui. Had a bit more tricky the car for him. And he did his job, as a silver. I think he did a fantastic job to keep the car on track. At the end, as you say, it was pretty tricky for him as it was coming a little bit of rain on slicks, on very old slicks. It was making for sure his life difficult. Then we put inters. Probably was not the perfect call. Perfect call would have been to put full wets. And then I went out. That 2 laps on the inters, I was making a lot of time and overtaking a lot of cars, and I saw a lot of cars going out of the track. To be honest, the lap before the safety car came in, it was impossible to drive the car. Actually, I was struggling to keep the car straight on the straights. I was aquaplaning like if you throw the car into a swimming pool, it was impossible really to drive it. And then also the temperature of the tire coming down, the brakes coming down, and the worst thing, we didn't have radio on the car. It didn't work at all in my stint. Then, I didn't know what to do because with the safety car, pit lane is closed. Then after I saw the light was open, I decided to box. We went for full wets. And then from there, our race really started. Start overtook the people on the pack. I think I overtook everybody because the car in front just speed, the Letras car and Kubica. And then I just kept the car on track, making good laps, making everything safe. I knew the front in front of us was a bit too far, and behind it was comfortable. Then I said, let's bring the car home. I think from where we started after the drive-through to end up, it was a massive step. When I took the car, we were 1.5 laps behind the leader, and we finished only a minute behind the leader. Then I think it was a good stint from my side, and from their side, obviously the drive-through today cost us probably the victory.